Thank you for watching this video, and as always, hit the like button, share on social media, and smash that subscribe button. Thank you.
Welcome back. This morning I'm going to be making a very delicious dessert. It's going to be very similar to cinnamon rolls with just a little bit of difference. And they're called sticky rolls. And so basically they are cinnamon rolls baked upside down with a sticky caramel sugary pecan topping. So the first thing we need to do is get our yeast going for our dough. And so to that we have 2/3 cup of warmed milk into a mixing bowl, 2/3 cup of warmed water into a mixing bowl as well, and then we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of yeast right into there as well. And to this I like to give just a little bit of a whisk, a little stir around whisk there. And then we wait for about 10 minutes until this is nice and frothy. And so for that, we're going to cover it up with a towel. And we'll see it in 10 minutes. Okay, so we're back. We have our milk, water, and yeast in this bowl here. It's been sitting for about 10 minutes. We're going to add a couple of tablespoons of sugar into there. We're going to add an egg into there. And we're going to add 6 tablespoons of melted butter. We're going to put it onto our stand mixer here, just to make it easy on us here. So we're going to stir this up. All right. The next 2 ingredients are 4 cups of all-purpose flour and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. We'll add our flour first. I'm going to stop it. Then we're going to add about half of this flour here into our bowl. And once this kind of forms a moistened ball of dough here, we'll add the rest of our flour. We'll add our salt and the last little bit of flour here. Okay, so we're going to let this mix for about 5 minutes on the mixer, and then we'll pull it out. Okay, so we've stopped the mixer. It's been about 5 minutes. We're going to take this out, and we're going to cover it and put it in the proofer until it has doubled in size. Okay, so while our sticky bun dough is in the proofer, we're going to turn our heads to pan preparation. For this I have a 9 by 13 inch disposable aluminum pan. All right, we're going to take a little bit of melted butter, and we're just going to generously pour this melted butter into this pan, And using a paper towel, we'll just kind of spread this butter around the pan. Make sure we get everything, all the edges, all the sides, good and buttered. All right. All right. So then once we have that, we're going to look at a topping for our sticky buns, except the topping is going to go into the bottom of the pan. All right. So we're going to take a bowl. This one will work just fine. We're going to take sugar, quarter cup of sugar, I believe. Teaspoon of sugar, salt. Half a cup of brown sugar, packed. And then 6 tablespoons of melted butter. Go right in there like so. I'm going to use a whisk to get this all whisked up. All right. And then we pour this into the pan. And we just kind of spread it around. Once we have our topping all on the bottom of the pan, we're going to sprinkle in 1 cup of toasted pecans. And then we set this off to the side. All right. While this is sitting off to the side, we're going to look at the cinnamon roll filling on the inside of our sticky buns. And for that, I have just a small bowl here, a little fork, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, 3/4 cup of brown sugar. And for this, I'm just going to mix it up with my little fork here until it's all nice and well blended. We're all set. All we need now is for the dough to finish proofing. Okay, so it's been about an hour, and the dough in the mixing bowl here has doubled. Take the plastic wrap off. You see how it's all doubled there? Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to take this dough and put a little bit of flour on our hands, and then a little bit of flour on our board here. Not a lot of flour, just a little bit. And we're going to use our scraper. I'm going to put our dough right onto our surface here. All right. A little bit of flour on our hands. And we're going to gently pat our dough into shape. We want to get a rectangle, or as close to a rectangle as we can get. Gently patting into shape. I'm not going to take it and stretch it. I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to use a rolling pin on it. Just kind of gently do with my hands. kind of get it into a rough rectangle. And you want it relatively consistent in thickness across the entire surface. So any high spots, just kind of push off to the edge. And that looks good. So we'll take our cinnamon sugar mixture and we're going to rub it all over the edge, except for this edge right here on, except for this edge right here on the bottom. We'll rub it all the way over. Get it all the way to the edge, all nice and even, right up to the edge here. Like so. All right. And then we're going to roll this up just like we would do for a cinnamon roll. So I'm going to start on the far edge. I'm just going to roll it up like a cinnamon roll. Okay. And once we are rolled up into a log, we're going to pinch the bottom, and that's going to be our seam. All right. We're going to take this, and we're going to divide this into 12. So right in the center, and then we'll take this, we'll go in the center again on each of these. All right. And then we'll get 3. Thereabouts. Now that we have 12 roughly equally sized cinnamon rolls, we're going to place them into our pan. Like so. I'm going to put the last 2 little bitty ones right in the center. And then we're going to go back into the proofer until this has just about doubled in size again. We'll cover it in some foil and put it into the oven, and we'll bake it. Okay, so it's been about 25 to 30 minutes. The bottoms are looking nice and golden brown. We'll pull them out and you can see. All right. So remember, the sticky topping is on the bottom of the pan. So now the tricky part. We're going to flip these over, and I have a clean 9x13 pan. We'll see if we can make this work. We'll hold this like this, and we're going to flip it over, and hopefully it works. There we go. Get all that topping. Now we have a pan of sticky buns.